Hello and welcome back to the Ecuador Insider Podcast. Jesse, Brandon, pleased to be with you on this Thursday, August 28th afternoon. How you doing today?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing?
You know, it's a mixed bag. But that's all right.
I'm just saying I'm doing really well because I'm from America and that's what we do. When somebody asks you how you doing, you just say I'm doing great, everything's good, life is great, living the dream. Whose dream? I don't know, but somebody. Like, that's just it. Nobody really cares how you answer that question.
Right. So I said I gave the Vilcabamba answer.
Yeah.
The actual.
Right. So the actual truth is, I'm kind of with you, man. The flow is a little
stagnant. You having a stagnant flow?
I wouldn't say the flow is stagnant.
Check your prostate.
The flow is not. No, I think you need to check your prostate. Whoa. Hey, man, you open the door. I'm just walking through. But the flow's improving right now. No, no, the flow is always flowing. Just sometimes it flows at different rates. So today's rate was a little, for a while, it's gotten a little better now, and yeah.
Guess what, Brandon?
What's up?
We do Vilcabamba Lifestyle Retreats.
Who?
Me?
Who, me? Yeah, you. Could be. Then who?
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
So, tell me a little bit about those.
Is there punta in this?
Well, you haven't drank any yet. So tell me a little bit about those retreats you do.
Yeah, well, we've actually got one, a retreat group coming in tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, dude.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Oof. Wow, so by the time you guys are watching this, our sold-out retreat group with folks from, I think we have some U.S., Canada, Argentina, I forget where else, but international group sold out coming. By the time you're seeing this, they'll be here. We'll be with them, enjoying ourselves, sharing the magic of Vilcabamba with them, dude. Like,
so what do we do on this retreat?
Well, I know what I do. What do you do on the retreat?
I take a week off. No, but yeah, we run Vilcabamba Lifestyle Retreats. I think, as I've heard you say, we're on our 7th, 8th, 9th?
I think this is 9th. I should count.
9th retreat. So
8th or 9th, yeah.
Been doing this for a while. We continue to tinker. We continue to improve, to just deliver an amazing experience. The feedback from people during these retreats is phenomenal. It's heartwarming. It makes you feel good. People absolutely love these retreats. They are 9 days. We stay at Izhcayluma, an amazing eco resort here in town, a place that you just feel good walking into, and that continues the whole time you're there. We have presentations on any topic of interest you could possibly have as a potential expat looking to live in Vilcabamba or Ecuador in general. We also have tours. We show very hands-on, on the ground. You see all the areas, you get all the information, you have a great time, amazing food, etc. So if you're interested in the life that is offered, the lifestyle that is offered here in Ecuador, in southern Ecuador, in Vilcabamba, come join all of us crazy hippies down here in Vilcabamba, our crazy conspiracy, what do you want to call us? What are we calling us?
I mean, there's some of all of that, yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
No, I mean, I do have a mushroom hat on.
You have a magic mushroom hat on.
Yeah.
It's not like a mushroom from
It's not like
Mario
Shaga.
Brothers.
It's not like Shaga mushrooms.
Right. It's not like right.
It's not lion's mane.
No.
They're oyster mushrooms. I have an oyster mushroom hat on. Yes, but truthfully, jokes aside, Brandon, this is a community of folks who really believe in sovereignty, really believe in freedom, tend to be people who look for, good health outcomes and are interested in that, often spiritual people in one way or another, people who are walking a different life path, not folks that are sort of chasing the Bentley and in the 9-to-5 grind and keeping up with the Joneses. It's more folks that, value a different life path and are interested in a different lifestyle. And certainly that often includes, things like organic food and nature and community. And so, if any of that is interesting to you, this might be a place to check out.
Yeah, and really, I think you nailed it. Like doing life differently, you know, that comes from having a different set of values or a different set of beliefs, you know, a different definition on what success looks like. And you know, folks have that power to kind of define that for themselves and decide what that looks like. And, you know, not from a competition aspect, but if you are looking at life like a game, I mean, the goal is to win, right? To win. So what does winning mean, right? Well, I know what winning is, and I know you can't win. You literally can't win if you're the same as everybody else. If you're thinking the same as everybody else, if you're doing the same thing everybody else is doing, you by definition can't win. So, you know, alternatively, if you think differently, if you have different values, if you feel a little bit like a black sheep where you're at, if you know, have desires or feel called spiritually to do things differently, I mean, that it's your life. You know, you have this one right now. Be present. So, yeah, if you want to win at it, do something different and be good with it.
I like it. It's a good message.
All right.
So, I'm looking them up furiously, but you have them in your head.
Yeah.
Our next Vilcabamba Lifestyle Retreat starts, I got it, on January 24th.
Good job.
Through February 1st. Links below.
Click
We'd
the
love
links.
to see you down here.
Come on down. Join the wait list. We have some folks on the wait list, I guess. The link, there is no wait list for the January one. We just opened it. So sign up. We'd love to see you down. If you have questions, send us a note. Email us at retreat@abecuador.com, or you can email through the portal that the retreat is hosted on. We travel. So send us notes if you have questions. We can jump on a call. We're happy to answer any of your questions. We hope to see you down here.
I got a public service announcement, Brandon.
A PSA? Mm-hmm. You know, I have a PCA on the Cubs. His name is Pete Crow Armstrong.
Yeah, you got him from the Mets.
That's right, baby. What's your PSA?
You got him for Javier Baez.
Ooh, that's a good trade.
A rental.
That's a good trade.
Half a season rental. He
great
did
trade.
rake, but I don't think we made the playoffs.
Yeah, that half season. No, he was awesome.
Yeah. And he was terrible after that.
Yeah.
Anyways, no.
What's your PSA?
That's not about.
Do I get
Cubs.
context, or do you just want to like?
I'm just going.
Just want to go in. Okay. Go in.
Oh, I'm not gonna say what I wanted to say.
Okay, that means it's probably a good idea.
Authenticity, Brandon, is always.
No, the authenticity was like,
It's not a good one.
yep.
So, here we are in the 3D,
Yep.
to some degree, anyhow.
Let's check.
Jeez.
Oh, yep. We're in the 3D.
Here we are in the 3D, to
That's
some
right.
degree, anyway.
I feel you, baby.
And, you know, we're trying to navigate our life and our existence here in this, whatever we perceive as this reality. Mm-hmm. And we do our best, and we learn, and it goes up and it goes down and does stuff, and we, you know, make decisions, and we feel consequences, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
And within that, there are a lot of narratives. I think there's a lot of control. I think there's a lot of agendas. And I think within that, there's a big trap that perhaps a lot of people don't understand. And I think perhaps a lot of people do, but that I want to share. So,
Preach.
I feel like Ian would have said that. So here's the trap, right? We're all kind of going along in life, and we're not thinking too much about our reality in the sense of, like, you know, and this is most people, I'd say, at one point, and probably even most people forever. But for the people listening to this, probably not, you know, probably at one point. You're going along in life, and, you know, you're just kind of living your life, and you're taking things as they come, and you're thinking everything's pretty normal. Mm-hmm. And then at some point, you may or may not start to question your reality, and question the narratives, and question what you've been taught, and question what you believe.
Yeah.
And at that point, the official story, and at that point, you may start to form a different perspective, a different set of beliefs, perhaps even a different identity. You may assess and change your course in life and your values and your activities.
Yep.
And I think all of that is fantastic. Where the trap lies, where the trap lies is that what can happen is that you can figure out, quote unquote, truth, quote unquote, what's really going on, quote unquote, blah, 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 and it can suck you right in to this very negative, very dark narrative that you can then live in for the rest of your life if you want to.
Yeah.
And what that I think that has the exact same effect, precisely this, or even worse perhaps. I think that has the same exact effect or worse to the effect of being completely and utterly brainwashed, being totally taken by the Matrix, being completely asleep, quote unquote, and just part of, questioning nothing and just being a sort of drone in the Matrix.
Yeah.
That has basically the same outcome as knowing everything, but being in this narrative of it's dark, they're coming to get us, watch out, this is happening, that's happening, watch out, good. Next year, this is gonna happen, and so my PSA is that seeing darkness everywhere, seeing conspiracy everywhere, it cuts off life. It creates a vibration of fear. Mm-hmm. There's no way to live a good life out of that place. It's fine to know what's going on. Completely fine to know what's going on. But there has to be and there it stops, and then you go live your life.
Yeah.
And I think it's an intentional trap, personally.
Yeah.
I think it's actually put there by the same people you're thinking are doing all this stuff in some way.
Right.
To get you to come into that energy and that vibration.
Right.
And that's partly why when you hear, it's the same, so when you watch the news, which I haven't done since, probably 2010 or something, when you watch the news, what does it do? Fear, everything's super scary. Okay, that's one form of brainwashing, to put you in that state of the world's scary, I'm scared, there's fear. Blah, blah. Well, what does it also do when there's a narrative that's built up that wouldn't be on the news? It's for a different set of eyeballs that believe different things. It wouldn't be on the news, but it sounds equally as scary. Yeah. It does the same thing.
Yeah.
It does the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, that's a great PSA. That's the point I've been trying to make for a long time on this podcast with the rise in popularity of social media, because now these narratives get spread everywhere and they're very sticky and they're very easy to grip you, because the fear, again, we've said this before, and this is what I believe, hope is the only thing more powerful, or at least as equal to as fear. That's it, hope and fear. Those two are battling it out, and whichever one you kind of grab onto is the one that takes control, right? That's it. The one you tip towards, the one you yin versus yang, they start driving the ship. So when, and I think some of it though is phases. I went through that phase. You went through that phase. Yep. So if you're on the journey, you don't get to the point where I know it all, and I need to know, and I know it all, and I'm good because I know it all. I know what's, I think that's what gets people to fall into the trap of fear, because they stop learning, they stop growing, they stop consciously growing anyway, right? And they're stuck in that echo chamber of doom and gloom, and everybody's out to get us, and everybody's trying to kill us, I think it's, I don't even know if I should say it, but I think it's actually healthy to if you can get out of it, I think it's healthy to go there.
For a period.
Of time.
It's a phase, like you said.
Right. But I think it's actually healthy. I think you can learn so much coming out of that. Coming out of that. The process coming out.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be such a different person coming out of that. You're going to have such different confidence about your life, about direction, about knowing, about trend, about future, about faith.
Yeah.
Like it'll give you faith, and the faith grows hope, and that yang switches.
How's those goosebumps?
They're pretty
going?
goosey.
Yeah.
Pretty goosey.
I can predict your goosebumps.
They're
now.
pretty goosey. But I think there's power. There's magic there. There's magic there, man. And that's where, which is scary, right? That's scary. I don't know. It sounds crazy. I don't know. People think, when I talk to that, people think I sound crazy. And I don't.
Dude, I mean, life's a
care.
journey. The whole point of it is to evolve. The whole point of it is to come into yourself, is to learn what you're supposed to learn. So
I actually don't even know if that's the point of it.
Well,
and I'm okay with that,
Yeah, but that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about that evolution.
Right.
Of I'm going to go through this phase, which is going to cause this stuff to happen, and then the process of the next phase, I'm going to learn a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm going to know myself better, and blah, 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 and
That's empowering. Like that phase is empowering because that sets you up, in my opinion, to live your values, to actually to think through, like, wait a second, whose narrative am I living?
Right.
Whose life am I living? Am
Right.
I living my own life? Am I living, again, because the whole fear paradigm, as it relates to narratives and official stories, how many? Now, don't get me wrong. There are tragic, epic's the wrong word. Tragic, disgusting, evil things that happen that cause, feelings of fear.
Like purple nurples.
No, something like that. Maybe a little more aggressive. But
In my case. Just talking.
yeah, right. But we've been awake to some of this, in my opinion, or I'll speak for myself. I've been awake to some of this stuff long enough now, since September 11th, that I kind of see the boy that cries wolf all the time. So we've gone through enough of the fear to know that at the end of the day, what are number one, we don't have any acute individual control over the whole, from that sense, or I don't believe we do anyway. And then so with that, your actions can't stop a certain global consciousness event from happening or happening. So then that doesn't mean that you should not, be conscious of your thoughts and hopes and where your energy's going, but to be stuck in the fear state because of the narrative, and you can't control it anyway, right? I just think that as we have that, you have the evidence is, if you can get to that point, is the evidence is what happens after all these states of emergency and all these catastrophes and all these things. What continues to happen? We keep living. We keep going on.
Right.
The world doesn't end. Mad Max isn't here. Now, don't get me wrong. There are parts of the world where it probably feels like legitimate ending of the world, Mad Max scenario, in certain parts of the world, in war-torn countries or parts of Africa that I've heard about. I've never been to any of these places, but I can imagine that it probably feels like, wow, this is the end.
Is it any different? Well, go ahead.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, I don't mean it from that context. I just mean it from man, they're poisoning the food. They're putting chemicals in the food. They're putting putting chemicals in the sky. They're turning frogs gay in the water. They're doing all this stuff. Okay, yeah, maybe they are, right? And there's a lot of evidence to say they are.
Maybe they are, and they are.
But again, what can I stop them single-handedly? No. Can I do things differently?
And does yelling about it do anything?
It does not.
Right.
It does not. What does do something about it is, at least in my opinion, I believe our bodies are sacred. I believe our spirit, our soul has power, has energy, it's special. But I believe our bodies are sacred too, in the sense that, yes, there's chemicals and there's this stuff, and I believe there's a magic that the body is able to adapt to some of that. If it's in the right state, if you're in the right mindset, if you're having the right values, if you have the right intentions. I don't know. That sounds crazy too, but I have faith that that's the truth, and that alone might be enough, you know. And all you guys that think I'm crazy in your mind and not caged in my own. So, thanks for watching. And if you are still watching, seek horse therapy. Seriously.
I thought you were going to say if you are still watching, hit like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I was like, wow, he's going right into that. That would have been great. But yeah, no, I agree, obviously, with your point. And I just, in summary on sort of that stuff, like just the fear stuff. And also, actually, before I say that, I think the point, too, is, I think all humans in all aspects of their behavior, which is hard to do, we have to take this into consideration of, like, even though this is comfortable, or I want to do this, or this is my natural reaction, or so on and so forth, what is the outcome if, right? If I do that thing that I want to do, or I'm comfortable doing, or I'm used to doing, or I want to react to in that way, or whatever. But taking that and applying it to this, being in that state of fear just has bad outcomes. So, like, it doesn't matter if you're right. It doesn't matter if all the stuff is happening.
Right.
I would probably agree with you in most cases that a lot of this stuff is happening on some level in some way. But if you then translate that to living in a fear state, my body's under attack, my mind's under attack, I'm under attack, oh my God, what do? I have to protect myself, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, right. Like, that just has bad outcomes. Not only, so it'll literally have the effect that you're afraid is happening by them doing the stuff you think they're doing. It'll literally have that effect. And so that's why I think it's a trap. But, and the last thing I want to say about that is just, look, Ecuador, southern Ecuador, Vilcabamba, this valley, this region, it has a lot of amazing things to offer lifestyle-wise, and it has a lot of amazing things to offer specifically in regard to this topic, in the sense of you don't have the same level of EMFs, you don't have 5G, you don't have a complicated food supply that you don't know what's in your food, you don't have I could go on and on. Like, you have amazing water, you have amazing community, you have a peoples that live here that just have, like, balanced, regulated nervous systems.
The skies are riddled with chemtrails 24/7.
The sky's not riddled, exactly. It's a great one. And on and on. I mean, really, truly, on and on. So, in a certain sense, you say, like, from a physical perspective, from a lifestyle perspective, this place really can solve for some of those things that people are worried about in that way. Even some of the control stuff and the tyranny stuff, even that is much, like, orders of magnitude improved versus, a place like England or Canada or something like that. But all that being said, you still, like, if you come here and that's sort of your focus, still just emotionally, psychologically, mentally, and the place is not going to change that for you, and you're going to end up manifesting those fears in a different way here. It won't be the same, like, it won't be the same experience in terms of the specific events necessarily. Like, they're not going to poison the food supply, like, automatically because you're afraid of that. It's not going to be the specific events necessarily. It'll come in a different form. It'll come in, like, something to do with the people here, or some of whatever. It'll come in a different form. The external experience of the inward fear. So I would just say, come here because, you're interested in checking the place out. Come here because the lifestyle and the community appeal to you. Come here because you're excited and you have a project or an idea that excites you. Come here because you want to swim in the rivers and you want to hike the mountains and you want to, help the community and you want to, like, live a good life, and that's awesome. But yeah, it's not going to solve your mental state. It's not going to solve, you as a human being. It doesn't do that. And And, it might even make some of that stuff worse because, you're in a place now where everything's unfamiliar and you got to learn all kinds of things over again. So that if you're naturally like a stressed out person, that could add to your stress, to be in a place
acutely in the beginning, right? Yeah.
Where you don't understand everything and it's all different, doesn't make sense, and and if you have fears, what do they think of me, or what is the culture, and you're afraid of the people, or you're afraid of the stuff, that's might be tough to kind of go through that transition, but so yeah, just words of the wise, I suppose.
Is that right?
My conclusion wasn't as good as I liked the first part better.
Well, I rambled in the middle, so it was better. You summarized.
We both had a ramble.
I mean, I had thoughts I couldn't put the words together.
It's hard, man. So here's some fear for you, Brandon. You want some fear, bro?
Sure.
Okay. As murder rate surges in 2025. No, this is kind of interesting. Almost 90% of the
Let me guess.
Yeah.
90% of the murders in Ecuador happen in...
Yeah. You got it. You read this article?
Five provinces on the coast.
You amazing. Yes. Are recorded in 5 coastal provinces. Did you have this one as well?
Wow.
Despite repeated blah, blah, blah. So, murders have increased 43%, in 2025, blah, 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 but
90%.
It is important to understand, even, we say stuff like this, but you don't usually, even this article, and this is a Cuenca High Life article, Guayas, so that's Guayaquil, Manabí, that's Manta, El Oro is right next to Guayaquil, but that's border.
North?
That's southern border.
Southern border?
El Oro. Yep.
Okay.
Loja borders El Oro. If you go towards the coast, you cross over eventually into El Oro. Yeah. That's probably I don't know, I could get this wrong, but I believe probably that's probably Machala and Huaquillas is probably in El Oro. Yeah. Los Rios, that I'm not familiar with, and Esmeraldas, which is the coastal province all the way north.
Yeah.
Recorded 88% of all murders.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's wild.
I mean,
so if you look at...
We kind of knew that.
Well, of course, yes. So Loja, for example, in 2025.
Yeah.
And I assume it's talking about the province. Yeah, it is. Loja had 25 murders.
The whole province.
In the whole province.
Right. So explain to folks that aren't familiar.
Guayas, Guayaquil, had 2,500.
Right. So
Manabí had almost 700. Los Rios had almost 700.
Good point of context for folks that don't understand the geographical hierarchy. Mm-hmm. 25 in the whole province of Loja, not the city of Loja, the entire province.
Whole province, yeah.
Right. So explain the province relative.
I don't know. It's probably 300,000 people or something. I don't know.
The city is what, 200 and something.
Yeah, I don't know. We can try and look it up, but it's probably, at this point, my guess is the province is probably 300,000 people.
And the province includes other cities or towns beyond Loja.
Yeah, there's not really, probably the most dangerous area in the province of Loja would probably be Catamayo, which is not dangerous, but it's probably the most dangerous. And that's a city for Ecuador. That's considered a city.
Right. So a province would be somebody from the States. It would be a county, probably.
No, I think it'd be the same as it'd be like a state.
You think a state?
Yeah, the county is like the canton.
Yeah, but I just mean, I'm talking,
size-wise?
Size-wise, right. The whole the country of Ecuador is the size of Colorado. Right. So, now the next size down, technically, yes, but size-wise, it's more like a county within your state.
Maybe. It'd be a huge county. The counties in the States, in general, at least in the Northeast where I'm from, are pretty small.
That's because you live in a state like this big.
Yeah, but where I grew up in Vermont, which probably they're even bigger because it's not very populated. But Chittenden County.
Let's see. We can see.
It's pretty small.
Well, Chittenden County, yeah. Sounds like a hillbilly county.
It was. It's definitely. The whole state is a hillbilly county. There's no... But here, let me ask.
Are you gonna ask?
I'm gonna ask, no, a different thing. So, how many people live in Loja province? So, as of 2022, I'm way off.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Nice.
trying to get you to talk about it.
I'm talking about it.
Well, I know, but I thought you had the right answers.
So, as of the 2022 Ecuador census, the population of Loja province is 522,000, which would have gone up now as well. That's 3 years later. So, yeah, probably 550,000 or so.
Right. So 25 murders
Out of
in the whole
a little
province.
more than 500,000 people, yeah.
Yeah, that's insane to me.
Yeah. Yeah, so the city of Loja is up to, what they're calling, the canton of Loja, which would include where we live, is up to 300,000 people as of 2022. The urban area of the city is 200 to 210.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right. Yeah. That actually.
Yeah.
That was kind of the point I wanted to make, is that it's like, it's not a small. I mean, it's small population relative to a city in the United States, but it's 500,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, even if you look at, I'm looking at these provinces here, like even if you look at the vast majority of what they call the Sierra, like the mountains, I mean, even Izhcayluma, which is where Cuenca is, 65 murders. I don't know. I'd have to look up the population of that province. 65 for here, like that's a lot, but it's still, it's not crazy. Bolivar had 14. Some other smaller ones had 3, 9.
Yeah.
Even Cotopaxi had 14. So yeah, I mean, Guayas, 1,600, I'm sorry, I'm looking at 2024. Wrong numbers, actually some of these were less, but yeah, sorry, Izhcayluma had 13. Cuenca area had 13 in 2025. But yeah, Guayaquil area had 2,500. Anyways, so I thought that was interesting for context.
I agree. That's kind of, I think, two of the more common misconceptions folks have from afar, from abroad, that haven't been here. And then even folks that once they're here, if they don't travel or if they don't really take the time to understand, they think Ecuador is much bigger than it is. They think the population is much bigger, and they think that I forgot the other one now. There was two of those, but it's like, in reality, it's the size of Colorado, the whole country, man. And the population centers are really condensed in 2 or 3 major areas. This region not being one of them, right? So when you see maybe this ties back to even some of your narrative official story. Fear porn stuff. The murder rates have skyrocketed 35%. Yeah, I mean, that's like statistics finance 101, right? To use statistics to make hyperbolic points. And if you don't look at the underlying data and you just read the headline, you F around and find out. Like, that's what happens. Like, you make mistakes with analysis that way. So like, you go back into, you look at any county in the United States, or you look at your city, the closest city you live to, and look how many murders there were. Do you feel unsafe there? Maybe there are certain parts of the city you don't feel safe in. Sure. I know there were parts of Chicago I know cops didn't go to. Okay, I could understand why you don't feel safe, but most people don't feel unsafe, even if they're living in an area that has the murders, because they don't even know. They don't look at the numbers. They don't see,
And they're super concentrated, and they're usually about something. It's not like, it's like gangs shooting each
that's
other.
the same thing here, though. That's the thing. And that's kind of the point, is like, they're so concentrated to a few specific areas that blatant numbers like that, or blatant percentages, it's like, if you stop there, you get burned, right? And that can, again, that's a tone in your mind that you set. So when you read that and you're like, oh man, I gotta like look out in rural Ecuador, like murder rates are up 43%. you got to have the right perspective, man.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
the context.
The context, yeah. Like 25
There's
in the whole province.
There's another part of this that I thought was interesting. So it says Guayas province, again, that's Guayaquil. Guayas province, the location of the country's largest shipping port, recorded the most murders through July 2025 with 2,507, a 49% increase from the 1,679 recorded in the first 7 months of 2024. Manabí province reported 694 murders in 2025 compared to 466 in 2024. Quote, criminal dynamics focus violent crime in Ecuador's coastal region as a result of the drug transport and staging routes, the police report said. This has been the case since 2021, but the difference in late 2024 and 2025 is the territorial struggle between gangs due to the capture or death of gang leaders. The struggles are intensified by the rising market price of cocaine. The report said, although murder rates have increased in most of Ecuador, the police report said that murders in most of the country's 24 provinces have remained at, quote, low historical levels. So yeah.
Yeah, this is. Hold on, I want to share this really quick, just for some additional context on this. How many people did you say were in the province of Loja? 500,000?
As of 2022, 522,000. Probably 550 would be about right now.
Right. So, yeah. So that is saying, average 5 murders per 100,000 people.
Okay.
Right. And then here is, according to the CDC, this is, national level data from 2023. In the United States, the average nationwide 7 per 100,000 in the U.S.
So a little higher than this province.
Right. And then if you look at, I just looked at my county in Chicago, it was 16 per 100,000. Mm-hmm. If you look at St. Louis, Missouri, it was 25.5 per 100,000. In District of Columbia, it was 23.7 per 100,000. So again, it's the context matters, and even though Chicago may be double, or Cook County might be double, triple this county, most of my life I didn't feel unsafe. And even when in hindsight, when I should have been unsafe, it was more like you were just a kid growing up, kind of in survival mode, not even understanding, the risks of the environment you were in. You know what I mean?
Right.
But even then, it's not like I grew up feeling unsafe in some of that places. And now I'd be like, man, I wouldn't let my kids go outside right there, or
Yeah, totally.
So I don't know.
Did you see this? So it's a tweet.
Yeah.
It says the U.S. currently has warships and from August 19th, so 9 days ago. Has warships and 4,000 Marines en route to Venezuela. Caroline Levitt says the Venezuelan president is not the legitimate president and is a narco-terrorist wanted for trafficking drugs into the United States.
Who said this?
The press secretary, Trump press secretary.
Oh.
It's interesting.
It is interesting.
I mean, he is a narco-terrorist and he isn't the president of Venezuela. They had an election that the other guy won.
Right.
Yeah.
How many troops?
4,000 Marines and warships.
Yeah, man, this one hits home. This kind of stuff for me, man. I don't know. It's okay. Mm-hmm. Is that our job? Is that what these young men and women, many naive in some cases, really signed up for? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what the right answer is from that.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Those are always tough. In hindsight, almost always, it was unnecessary.
Right. I know. That's kind of what my point. Yeah. I'm like, 4,000
I don't know.
kids,
I wonder if we're in a different time or not. But I don't know. I truly don't know. But I do, I was married to a Venezuelan lady who, by the way, is completely left politically. So basically would agree with the ideology of Chavez and the guy now, what's his name? Maduro.
Maduro, yeah.
And, basically would agree with their ideology. But, basically had to flee Venezuela in the late 90s, early 2000s, based on what was happening under Chavez, and hates Chavez and hates Maduro and knows they're dictators and knows that, they're not the rightful leaders and that they're corrupt.
Is not connecting their ideologies with the results of that?
No, but which is interesting. But like, really, the reason I bring it up is more so just to give an anecdote into Venezuelans know, like even the ones that would agree politically with that ideology, with the left ideology, they understand what's happening in their country in terms of rule of law, lack of rule of law, dictatorship, sort of criminality. I mean, Venezuela, like, they pay people like tens of thousands, if not millions. Like I saw a thing, maybe I can find it in a minute. I saw a thing where they activated whatever they're calling it, like the civilian guard or like whatever it is. It's like 10 to 15% of the population of the country are like getting payouts from the government to be the armed enforcers of whatever the government has decided they want to do.
I mean, we could say the same thing about the United States, man.
In a certain way, yeah.
How much does the government pay for? I mean, maybe they're not all armed enforcers. We do have a large military.
Yeah.
We do have a large National Guard. Yeah. So you could argue that those are enforcers. But then what about all the money that we pay to people to not be the enforcers, to just be the... It's almost like in some ways we encourage or we enable addiction. We enable homelessness. We enable some of this behavior. I don't know, man. Because we pay, that's government funds doing some of that ineffective, social outreach, treatment, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's right. They fund a lot of that.
Right. So who's the bigger,
Yeah. Well, it's not it's, right, agreed. It's not a...
We're not a democracy, I think. Like, people think we're a democracy.
Well, I don't even think democracy is good, personally.
Yeah. I mean, we're a social republic, for sure. But I don't think most people, if you talk to them, they would associate America with socialism. And I think
they should.
I think underlying, if they actually look at the evidence, that they might see that they might have to look at socialism a different way.
Dude, if you go back and you read, what was it? It was like, I'm trying to remember now what it was. It was something. It was one of those guys.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's right. The MK Ultra.
Yeah, that's right.
If you go back and you read, no, it was like the tenets of communism, or it was like, it was like, maybe, I don't know, was it the Communist Manifesto? Maybe, I don't remember.
Was it Rules for Radicals?
No, it wasn't Solzhenitsyn or something. Yeah.
No.
I don't think it was that one. I think it came out of like the Eastern Europe, like that block and that thinking at that time, a long time ago. I'm talking probably the 50s or maybe the 60s, maybe before that. But I don't know if it was, if it was Karl Marx or if it was one of the Russian, one of the Soviet leaders, or I don't know, Trotsky or whoever those guys were. But who was he? Is that wrong?
You mean like a Gulag?
Lenin or like
No, I know.
Lenin was one.
Oh, you mean the politicians themselves, not the writers?
No.
Oh, okay.
Who's Trotsky?
Anyway, just keep going. It doesn't matter. You just speculated like 30 different guys. It doesn't matter which one.
But no, I want to know, man.
Okay.
So, anyways, one of those had like the rules. So he was close ally of Vladimir Lenin and key organizer of the Bolshevik Revolution.
What book? I thought it was a book. I thought you were talking about the book.
No. Well, there was a. I don't know if it was in a book or if it was a pamphlet. I don't know what it was, but it was famous. It's famous. Like, you would know about it. I just can't think of what it's called. Okay. it has like the rules of like what are the tenets or like how they would set things up if they're doing communism properly. Yeah. And if you read it, which I have like many years ago, we have all of them in the U.S. Yeah. They're all implemented. They're all fully implemented. Mm-hmm. It's like you need to have public education and make sure the kids are learning from the state, and it's like on and on and on. Like, yeah, it's all implemented in the U.S.
Yeah, that's a thing, man. I mean, who was the Russian? There was a Russian, defected KGB agent back in the 80s. Remember? I forget his name now, but he did like an hour interview about like talking about Russia's plans at that time to how they were going to implement some of these things that you're talking about in the United States onto the populace, and you're seeing the outcome of some of that. Whether it was because of their tactics or not, you're seeing it. When you mentioned you mentioned something that got me thinking about that stuff that happened in Minnesota yesterday, dude. With just people that are broken, I don't know, demon-possessed, lost, helpless. I don't know what the word is, but you gotta, and I think they said he's a 22-year-old kid. I mean, I still think that's a kid. I don't know. Maybe because I'm old now, but a 22-year-old kid, grown man. I mean, he's an adult man, I guess legally, but that goes and shoots up a church, a Catholic school of kids because he's, F your God, F this world, F everyone. Like, where's your God now? Like, so spiritually detached, or maybe so spiritually attached to a different type of spirit. Yeah. That's the outcome. That's the answer, right? Like, the answer is, I'm gonna go just blow holes in innocent kids, like kids that are just sitting in the first day of all school church or whatever. Like, dude, when my friend said, hey, this is happening, and I go and I'm looking at Twitter and I'm like, dude, it's brutal. Like, just to think about, like, I don't think about that stuff here anymore. No. And we homeschooled the kids back in the States anyway, so I didn't have that even as a fear, that I was living with. Mm-hmm. But man, it's like, it turned my stomach. Like, I was like choking up. I had to stop reading. Even, it wasn't like it was giving gory details. I just had to stop reading. Like, I couldn't, like, it just, like, how hopeless does it have to be for you to choose that? Like, I'm not trying to sympathize with this guy or whatever, but man, like, what happened to get to there? What are we doing? What are we doing wrong that this is becoming a more frequent thing? That it's becoming, like, I don't know. It's not like it's common either, but the fact that it's happening more and more. I don't remember ever hearing about this.
It's not so much a shock when you hear about those things. It's kind of common in a certain way. Like,
yeah. So that's yeah.
And I remember the shock of Columbine versus now when something like that happens.
Yeah. Nobody cares almost anymore.
Well, there's definitely been some desensitization for sure.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what the answer is, but it's just like, for me, I'm great. It makes me grateful here. I don't think about that. It doesn't even enter my consciousness. It doesn't, until those moments. And then it like hits me in a profound way. Like, wow, be grateful, be grateful that you're here and you don't have that to be something, like, cause I just can't imagine, I can only imagine, what that's like having kids in school and you see that story on there. Like, talk about a state of terror. Like, you want to get your nervous system going? Dude, start thinking about shit like that all the time. You want to be in a state of fear and a state of panic. Like, that's the real terrorism. It's the terrorism of your mind, man. Like, with that stuff. And that's, it was that Mickey Mouse, MK Ultra stuff. Like, is that this, right? Again, I don't know the story I read, again, I don't even know what to believe on some of this anymore, but is a 22-year-old biological male potentially transgender, right? I mean, what's happening? That's, and he's got, F Trump on one of the magazines, and, like, that's the state of where we're at in some cases, in some ways. And, on the flip side, for me, it's like when I see acute, rises in evil, that it makes me think like, all right, we have to make sure we're rooted, and we're rooted and supporting, the good, the light, the right, because it's needed now. Like when stuff like that happens, like the balance has to swing back. Like otherwise, it swings too far for too long, and then, I don't know. Yeah, it just makes me feel grateful.
Yeah.
And that allows me to like keep my consciousness in the right position to like elevate where I want to be and the people I want to do it with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's no question that, in my mind, there's no question that the U.S. society culture it's kind of a crazy society in many ways at this point. It's also beautiful.
Yeah.
I love many, many, many things about it, including the people and the culture and the country and belief systems. Like a lot of really stuff I really value and love, but it's been, messed with almost endlessly. And there's it's crazy making. Like it's the level of just sort of intensity and strength of beliefs and just nervous system and all of it. It's pretty crazy in many ways.
Yeah.
And just the sort of the vibe, the frequency of it all. But yeah, it's definitely a juxtaposition to where we live.
You like that word?
I like that word?
You do.
Yeah.
It's a good word.
It's a good word. It's all right. It sounds cool. It's got an X in it. Any word that has an X in it just kind of sounds cool.
What other words have X's in it?
X-ray. I got to get something off my chest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it your latitude zero? I mean, I would
don't
say
start this
your
again,
latitude has definitely risen. It's not a zero anymore. You're not quite hero, but you're close. Maybe after you get it off your chest.
South of the equator, I mean, they took this shirt that was made for Quito.
Yeah.
And then they wrote Vilcabamba on it.
Oh, that was after the fact.
It has to be.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
different
it's latitude
lettering.
zero. There's no
Right.
way.
Yeah. No, but I'm just using it as a play on attitude.
No, I know what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. That's a second-hand Vilcabamba edition.
Yeah, has to.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Feels right.
And like most of the shirts in there are like latitude zero. Like definitely that was like they're selling that at some tourist trap up in up
that's
around Quito.
awesome.
Like, yeah.
And it's even more awesome that you're wearing it.
So there was I've got to get something off my chest.
Please do.
There was a donkey race scheduled for today.
Like a donkey race.
A donkey race.
Okay.
And the flyer was amazing.
Like the donkey, like
Like a donkey.
Like a human on the donkey.
A human
Not
on
like
the
donkeys
donkey.
race, not
No,
like a dog race.
They
where the
wouldn't,
dog
they
race.
wouldn't go. They wouldn't go.
Like
A human
really?
on a donkey.
Okay.
Multiple
That's a tradition
humans
here.
on multiple donkeys. I didn't know that was a tradition. It must be.
Okay.
On multiple donkeys racing, which
Like for fun?
just tickled me when
Yeah,
I saw
it's
this flyer. That there's a donkey race today. I was a little excited. I was seeing it. I was kind of wondering if someone wanted to lend me a donkey. we could race in the donkey race. And it got canceled. And
The weather?
do I really know for sure why it got canceled? No. But what I'm hearing,
Wait a second.
yes,
You're getting it off your chest, but you don't know?
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
But what I've heard, what I am hearing,
Okay.
is that gringos
Gringos.
got up in arms about the donkey race
really?
and made a stink because something about something,
Animal rights?
and
Is that
they
something
felt,
like that?
and
Or
like the
animal-
culture here is so sweet and the people are so kind and they're so like accommodating that somewhere along the line someone was like, oh, well, if people are upset about this, then we shouldn't do it. And they canceled the donkey race.
because of the perception of Like it's not good for the donkey
I don't know.
or something?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. People ride donkeys, mules, and horses frequently. Seems like, anyways. So.
Oh, that's disappointing.
So they have replaced it with a rodeo on Sunday, which I have entered into our schedule as an option instead of rest and relax if people want to.
It's in town or in the...
It's in town, I think.
In the square?
Probably the Coliseo, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But I would just say this. This is my second public service announcement.
Bro.
Don't come here and try to change the culture.
Yeah.
Don't get involved in the local stuff. That's not your business. It's not your business. And Gringos did the same thing a couple years ago with the park, where they had some renovation plan for the park. Whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it, to me it was all right. It had its pros and cons. It wasn't what I would have designed, but it was fine. But doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. It's not my business. They had a renovation, and Gringos got all upset and called a meeting and were shouting at the politicians and just acting crazy.
So disgusting.
Do not do that. This is just don't do that. That's not how people roll here. That's not how the culture is here. You don't have say over the traditions and culture and ways of life here. You know, your job is to make friends and fit in and be nice and contribute. You know, your job is not to tell people, you know, how they should live or what they should do or blah, 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 blah. And so, anyways, I got it off my chest.
Dude, yeah, I mean, just to follow up with that, on that, there are opportunities if you're here and you integrate into the culture and you develop the relationships and you are part of the community in that way, there are opportunities to teach. Maybe you have a specialty skill. Maybe you have a different way of permaculture farming or water harvesting, or you have some specialty skill that you're truly an expert in. Not just that you have a social value that you want to champion, but you actually have something to contribute in a different way to do things. There are opportunities to do that, but it takes time. You have to integrate first. You have to develop the relationship. You have to build the trust. And then even after that, you have to do it in a way where you're not like saying this is the way to do it.
Right.
It's like, hey, have you thought about this? Eventually you can get to like, hey, we tried this might happen, or you show it and you do it first. The best thing is really to do it yourself and then bring somebody over and show it, and then maybe they'll consider doing something different. But when you come here on that stuff, man, like,
I mean, that's why we left.
Oh,
a lot,
I can't
like, right?
do it,
It's
man.
kind of why we left.
I can't do that stuff.
Yeah.
I can't, like,
Yeah.
like, have your opinion, share it to yourself, but like,
Right.
Come on, man. Like, listen, people still eat meat. People are vegans. People are vegetarians. There's breatharians. There's people that, you know, like, okay, like you can do your thing and that's cool. That's what's one of the special things about here. There are so many people that do their own thing and do it well, and it's okay, and they don't need to, you know, your right way is oppressing somebody else. Like, give me a break, man. Like the culture here is beautiful. They have their things. It's not perfect, but come on, don't do that stuff, man. Oh, that makes me sick.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the amazing, wonderful, fantastic things about living here is that you don't have all the political correctness. There's no Karens. You don't have rules and regulations about everything. You don't have boards and meetings and all this crap that is so destructive back home. You know, you don't have that stuff here. Don't bring that here.
Right.
Like, don't bring that here. Like, you want that stuff? Go back. Go back. They have all of it. You can argue for the rest of your life in the meetings about who's going to vote for whether the grass is too high or the grass is too low, or it's the right, or we should use blue or we should use red, or, you know, where the next field trip should go, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You can spend the rest of your life back home arguing about that stuff. If you want to, no one does that here. Don't start.
Yeah.
Like,
and I get, like, you can have your values and your morals and your aspirations on what life could be like and utopic everything,
sure.
and nobody.
We probably all have that.
Right, and that nobody eats an animal because they have a soul and they don't want to be eaten. Whatever it is, like that's not this reality right now, you know. And And to do that to a community like this, a small community that, like, you're not helping them be better people that way. You're actually like, you probably now just turn people a different way. Like you did the opposite.
Making us look bad.
You did the opposite of what you were trying to do. Oh, I want to help. They just don't know that, that the donkeys don't like to be ridden that fast. They like to be grazing only. Like, you didn't know? How dare you? Well, maybe, but you didn't get that message through to the local people. The local people took the message as like, oh, damn it.
Right.
No, we had this was going to be fun. I was going to bring my kids and you just took it away. Now we can't do it. Right? Like, no, and at the end of the day, what happens to the donkey? I don't know. He's not getting eaten. I mean, it's better than that.
Dude, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm the guy that feels bad riding a horse.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you put me on a horse, I'm like, oh, this poor horse. Like, he's got this thing in his mouth.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to walk. To make him walk, I'm supposed to, like,
exactly.
hit him, basically.
Yeah.
I don't like it. For that reason, literally, I don't like riding horses. Like,
You're gonna ride one on the retreat.
We'll see. I might just walk, or I might play basketball that day.
You're playing basketball, don't lie.
But
Ian's gonna smoke you.
but so I'm like I get it.
Yeah,
I totally get
agreed.
it. In terms of feeling. I eat animals. And I'm like morally mixed about it.
Same.
I've had a period in my life where I didn't eat animals, like partially for just the moral reasons of it. But I totally get it. Mm-hmm. It's just you can't impose that on other people. Right. Like you believe, like you were saying, you believe whatever you want. Right. We all have our beliefs. We all have the ways we choose to live our life, our choices, blah 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 blah. But you shouldn't impose that on anyone else anywhere. But especially a place that you're not from.
You're a guest.
Like come on.
Yeah, don't compel action that way, guys. Please. Is that PSA 2 or 3?
I don't know.
Whatever. That's the best one yet, I think. Yeah. Don't do that, guys. Please.
Yeah.
Wow, that happened, huh?
Well, I'm looking forward to the rodeo.
Yeah, right. Giddy up. Save a horse. Ride a cowboy.
I think they've had rodeos here before. I don't think I went. I don't know if I've seen any. I think I came in maybe at the tail end of one. I kind of want to try, dude.
You want to try a rodeo?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like observe?
Like riding a bull.
No, you don't.
I kind of really do.
That's not what they have bull riders, I'm sure. The rodeo is not you participating, it's you observing.
Well, I know. I'm just saying.
You want to be a
I'm
bull
sure they
rider?
would let me. I'm sure they would let me.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
They probably would have. I mean, at least maybe not in the rodeo. I'm sure they'd let me try.
Oh,
if I just was like, can I try?
Yeah, of course.
They wouldn't have a problem. They'd be like, ha ha ha, watch this.
Right, exactly. I mean, they'll let you do it. If you ask the right way.
You built the road.
I did, right. A road crew. They gave me a hard hat and a vest, and I was pouring on the road. Like, I thought for sure they're going to be like, get out of here. No, we're not doing that. And they're like, yeah, go ahead, have fun, let's go. You couldn't get within 100 feet in the United States to that,
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too, man. Like, yeah, it's like if you want to have influence here, you have to go about it the way people go about it. It's like, so it's okay if you want to have influence. I mean, I don't say this to like toot our own horn like at all. Like, we have some small amount of influence in the sense of, like, decision makers know who we are and occasionally ask for our opinion on stuff, right? Like, that's it. But that's the way to do it. Like, if you want to have influence, like, become someone in the community who's respected and then build relationships. And then if you want to be in a meeting, be in a meeting. If you want to, like, give your thoughts when they're asked for or in a way that works here, like, great. But don't get people riled up because you as a foreigner like have ideas that conflict with people. Come on.
Dude, should we host a donkey riding show or a donkey race?
Yes.
Yes. I kind of like, why is that evil that I feel that way? Like I'm now compelled that I want to host a donkey ride. Or what is it? Donkey race?
Dude,
That's
the
just
flyer with the kid with the huge smile.
Oh, it was a kid?
Riding a donkey.
It was
Yeah,
a
I
kid?
think it was probably mostly kids that would have been in it, I would assume. Like,
Oh, man. Dude, makes it even worse. Really?
Kids and me, but.
Oh, man. No, let's bring it back. You want to do it?
Go talk to Victor.
It was Victor's event?
No, I think it was the GAD. I'm not positive. I think it was the GAD.
I'm going to talk with him, so I'll bring it up.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I don't know. I mean, there's probably something else. Did we hit everything we needed? What was your, did you read your, I mean, I got friends telling me that we're sitting reading scripts.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, dude, no. He's like, wow, when you have your sunglasses. I'm like, no, if I put my sunglasses on, it's so I can read because we looked up an article, or we looked up, like population stuff or whatever. There's no freaking scripts. We're not reading scripts. That's why I'm making jokes. Did we cover everything we wanted? I don't know, because we don't have a plan when we do these. So.
I did have 2 articles this time.
You did have 2. No, that was good. No, I mean, that's probably the best plan you've had.
Hashtag preparation. I beg your pardon. Start with me. Yeah.
Well, hey guys, if you made it this far and you're not subscribed to the channel, please take a second, subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you'd like to say something to us, put it in the comments below. Send us a note to info@abecuador.com. Put some comments. Ask us questions. We're happy to answer. We're happy to help where we can. If you're interested in coming down here, check out the link to the Vilcabamba Lifestyle Retreat. It's in January. The next one,
24th.
January 24th. We only do a couple a year, so if you're interested, please check it out. Send us questions if you have questions. We're happy to jump on a call. I guess that's that, man, huh? We're ready to host a new group. I'm excited. Are you excited? Come on. Oh, you could have, but you didn't. You sissied out.
I'm just nice.
If you don't want to sissy out, I don't want you to. I hope to see you down here one day.
So until then,
we'll see you next time, guys.
Take care, everyone.
Ciao. Ooh, that's close. That was close.
Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Taking this quick break to remind you, we run Vilcabamba Lifestyle Retreats. If you're interested in checking out this area, hanging out with us, getting all the information you could possibly want, and having a great time, check out the links below. Thanks so much. Back to the program.
Hey guys, we're here in Vilcabamba with the Abundant Living team. To learn more about our next retreat, click the link in the description down below. From our family to yours, welcome to Vilcabamba.